So now the Anunnaki are communicating with people through their smart TVs. And you want to know why? Because they said why. They're at war.
Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVPs. So lovelies. I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share. People are reacting to the fact that the Anunnakis are returning and they are probably at war, and this is the reason why they are returning to Earth. A lot of people were of the opinion that these Anunnakis are actually the fallen angels. Why some people were like, disputing that fact. Lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So lovelies, why not just share your thought in the comment section despite the fact that what is going on.
So now the Anunnaki are communicating with people through their smart TVs. And you want to know why? Because they said why. They're at war. They're here and they're in the middle of a galactic war. If you've noticed, there's been loud booming noises going off in New York City. They can't figure out why. Even though it's getting close to 4th of July, it's not fireworks. Then you got these orbs in a row, pink, red, blue, all in a row. And then you got these meteor showers. It's funny because I got a DM from a girl on the 17th who said she's been dreaming about these meteor showers. Right? Every night, every single night. And said that she finally came to the conclusion that she's a revolutionary trying to save people during wars and apocalypses, and said that these aren't meteors at all. It's advanced alien technology. They're missiles. They look like meteors when they come down. It's just remnants of alien technology. Yeah, so they're fucking at war. I believe them. I believe every fucking word they say. And you know why? Because it fucking makes sense and it fucking adds up.
So apparently the Pentagon makes an announcement that Anunnaki is supposed to return. I'm going to tell you how I honestly feel about this. They've been knew this, okay? I don't give what they're saying. They already knew this. If you notice, I'm going to say really since 2024, they're slowly trying to prepare us for the bullshit, okay? They're slowly trying. At this point, they said the aliens live in the water, that we're seeing sightings. At this point, I don't give a fuck about the aliens no more. I really don't. You know why? Because they've been here. Okay? One, I mean, should I just say the ice wall? What do you think is on the other side of the ice wall? Literally. What do you think is on the other side of the ice wall? And yes, they're in the ocean too. Okay? They're not coming from outer space. They're coming from either another dimension or they're coming from over the wall. I'm so sick of this. Don't let this scare you, all right? Do not let this scare you. Don't trust these beings, whatever they are. They're probably fallen angels, okay? But we call them aliens because that's the name that the government chose for them when the government really knows what these things really are, okay? They're not here to save anybody. They've been here, okay? They haven't gone anywhere. Read the Bible. They haven't gone anywhere, all right? So don't let the Pentagon put any kind of fear into you guys for this crap, all right? Because that's what it is. If they're coming, we've been ever since we seen the orbs in the sky. We've been waiting for you, motherfuckers. We've been waiting for y'all. Just show yourselves. Show yourselves. We don't care no more. Y'all not gonna say, yeah, what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do when they come? What are they gonna do? Come out the spaceship and do what? Because at this point, we got so much going on in this world. Aliens can be the last of our fucking worries. The Anunnaki can be the last of our worries. The Anunnaki, if y'all was gonna come here, y'all should have been here. Like I said, they're already here. The government knows about this shit. They're just slowly trying to get us comfortable with everything when we all smell bullshit, okay? I am so sick of this. I'm so sick of everything. I am so sick of everything. I am so tired of the government. They're full of it, okay? They know everything already. They already know. They already know. So why do you guys keep trying to lay this on us? We know that you guys know this already. And you're just slowly trying to get us prepared for some fucking beings that's gonna come out of a damn spaceship. We don't care no more. We don't give two fucks anymore. We don't. We see spaceships damn near every day now. That's how normalized it is. You can look in the sky and spot a UFO, a UPA, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Okay? Government officials are been talking. Alright? They're letting the cat out of the goddamn bag, so we already know what it is. We already know what it is. I'm so over this Anunnaki bullshit. Anunnaki, if you can hear me, if you guys are going to come, just come already. We don't really give a... Are you going to change anything in this world? No. Okay? And we're not going to believe you on anything because you're probably demons in disguise anyway. So I said what I had to say. Don't let the Pentagon put fear in you guys, okay? Because these are not godly beings, okay? Just remember that. Remember that. Remember that they're most likely fallen angels that want to come here and pretend to be whatever they're trying to be to try to, humans. This is a new kind of generation. This is like a I don't give a generation. And all I have to say about this is you guys are slowly, you showed us the military footage of you seeing flying saucers or whatever the fuck, okay? That's how you first laid it on us, all right? Then you said, the aliens live in the water. Okay, so now we know why you guys were like, trying to discover a fake ass space that doesn't even exist because you can't leave the goddamn firmament. I am so sick and tired of the government lying to us. This is getting exhausting already. They're gaslighting us and trying to scare people because they know some people are going to be afraid. All right, but if you got God in your life, you shouldn't fear anything. This is all a fucking play. All right, and we're in the audience watching this shit. So just remember that. Fuck Anunnaki, the Pentagon, and the government. All this shit, man. All of it, because it's all bullshit. All of it.
This is to all of humanity, including my followers, who know that I wouldn't BS them about something like this. I have met with the Anunnaki on a number of occasions. The Anunnaki have sent messengers here that are in human bodies. They look just like us. They have revealed themselves to some people. Other people, they have not revealed themselves to. This is due to a level of trust that they have with certain factions of humanity. The Sumerian gods, aka the Anunnaki, are going to return to Earth. The rest of them, the ones who have yet to show up, are going to show up on Earth. Can I give you an exact date and time? No, I cannot. But I can tell you, if you plan on living for 10 more years, you're going to see the Anunnaki descend to Earth and return to Earth to set Earth straight. There is no avoiding it. These are the experiences that I've had. I've been counseled by the Anunnaki, descendants of the Sumerian gods. They gave me very specific information about what is to come, how a large part of humanity is going to respond when they return, when the rest of their brothers and sisters return to Earth. Our creators are returning. And it's not going to be in 3 lifetimes from now. It is going to happen in your lifetime. If you're watching this and you are under the age of 70, 80, and you plan on living 5 more years, there's a good chance you're going to see the Anunnaki return to Earth and descend from the stars or from the oceans. If you plan on living 10 years, I bet every cent in my bank account, every cent, I would bet everything that I own that you are going to see them. I have already met with them. They are here on Earth, a number of them. And the rest of them are going to come. Our government, I believe, knows. Governments throughout the world, I believe, know this or are privy to this information. And I don't know what else to tell you guys. I promise you, my followers who know that I don't play around and I spit the truth, I can tell you two things. I've met the Anunnaki, and they're on their way.
All right, what's the deal with all these videos popping up claiming that allegedly in parts of Georgia and South Carolina, people had their TV broadcasts interrupted for about 3 minutes? This happened just in the last couple of days. And during that time, a message supposedly from the Anunnaki aired, acknowledging the current chaos among humans, warning of severe weather events coming, and then saying that they were going to help. And then, right after that, people in these same areas reported seeing fireballs streaking across the sky, like multiple reports. So, yes, this sounds completely crazy, and I am skeptical, but I'm also open-minded enough to ask. There actually was a TV broadcast interruption in southern England in 1977 where a group claimed to be Ashtar Galactic Command, and they talked about human awakening. So, I'm being open-minded. Was it something like that? Has anyone seen this alleged Anunnaki broadcast firsthand? Do you have video of it or know someone who does? Drop any links, videos, or stories in the comments. I'm actually very curious.
Secret covenant between the US government and those beings. And I said that from what God showed me, it's lots and lots of decades old. They've been exchanging technology. I've already told you that America is not smart enough to have the planes, the guns, the ships, and everything else that she has. It is them that always give it to us, this technology, this stuff that we have. However, the plan is that the government has choice. The aliens were like, oh, okay, you thought that we were playing when we said bring us out. You thought that we were going to be your quiet, sneaky link forever. Bring us out, do a disclosure, or we will do a reveal. That is why all that haywire stuff was going on in October, November, and December of 2024. All the ships, all the blips, we think they're in the sea. That is why NASA had that 2-week live conference. I've never seen anything like that in my life. All of a sudden, the American government that claims that it doesn't know anything about aliens, right, was sitting and reading, there's a tall one, there's a gray one, there's a tall gray one, then there's a tall short one, then there's one with almond eyes, and then there's the one with the googly eyes, and then there's the purple ones, and then there's the ones that really look like white people from the Netherlands with long white hair and blue eyes, and then there's this shape. Yes. So all of a sudden, from knowing nothing, they have 50 pages of documents stapled together where they can name everyone and their grandpa from all the different solar systems. And they thought that no one would be paying attention to that. I was paying attention to that. I was watching that. I was saying, okay. So they're choosing option 1 because there's a foot on their neck. Option 2 that God told me the aliens gave them was that if you do not disclose to these people who we are and then come up with a structured plan, don't only think that you will tell them. If you don't come up with a structured plan to bring us in public and introduce us into the society, which is what they want, we're going to come out by ourselves.
The Anunnaki are the fallen angels. The Greek gods are the fallen angels. Before we get into the tea, guys, please make sure that you follow my backup TikTok and my YouTube just in case this one gets banned. The Egyptian gods, fallen angels, and their offspring, the Nephilim. Just think about it, okay? Because I have had so many comments where people are like, this isn't fallen angels, these are Anunnaki. They are the same thing. The Tartarian theory, the mud flood theory, Atlantis. If y'all want me to get into Atlantis, just let me know in the comments, because it existed, but just not the way you think. The idea of the Anunnaki is that these beings, these deities came and they created the earth. They created all of us. And the backstory about the Heavenly Rebellion is that a third of the angels rebelled against God because they wanted to be God. They came down to earth. They procreated with the mortal women, creating Nephilim, and sent the human race into just craziness. It got so bad that they consumed all of the earth's resources that were for humans, then started consuming humans, then started consuming themselves. During this time, according to the Book of Enoch, which I read as history or lore, not scripture, these angels are also doing miscegenation, meaning they are mixing, if you know what I mean, with animals. This is why you see that the Egyptian gods are half human, half animal. This is also where things like centaurs, satyrs, all of that comes from Greek mythology, the half human, half animal creatures. It all comes together. I'm telling you this right now. So as they're finding these things in Egypt, like these pathways under the pyramids, and they're calling it a vast city, just know that those are not there by accident. And y'all are asking, why are there no videos? why would there be videos? Y'all know they are always going to tell us half the truth. Why would they actually show us what's going on? I promise you that there are things under there that they would never want us to see because of the fact that it would prove exactly what I'm saying. The Anunnaki are the fallen angels because of the fact that they taught mankind at that point that they are gods. They wanted to be God, which they never could. They wanted to present themselves as the Lord of Lords, the God of God. So that's what they told everybody. And throughout history, right, they've taken many different names. Of course, they're going to tell you that they're Anunnaki and they created everything. Y'all know that the enemy is just going to take what God did and try to take credit for it. Like, what? I'm so confused. Like, I really don't understand that. And you may be wondering, okay, well, why are there so many different gods in different cultures? Why are there so many different languages? Let's look at the Tower of Babel. They were trying to build a tower all the way to the heaven, which part of me feels like, what if they were trying to break the firmament? What if they were trying to be on that same timing of wanting to be like God? But anyway, I digress. When God confused everybody, he gave them different languages, right? Different languages will turn into different cultures to different parts of the world. And the story of the fallen angels will be skewed. They'll turn into Greek gods and then Egyptian gods and then Roman gods. I mean, just looking at the Roman and Egyptian gods, how similar they are. There literally are these same gods and goddesses, just under different names. That should tell you all that you need to know. The fact that the Bible matches up so well, it is the only text that I know of that explains where all of these things came from, that explains from the beginning what happened. That's just my take. I don't believe in no Anunnakis, okay? Anyway, y'all, as always, make sure you like and follow and comment down below what you think.
Yo, what many of you don't seem to realize about the Anunnaki race is that when they came here from their realm to Atlantis, that is what signaled the end of the Atlanteans. That is what started the end of Atlantis. In books, they try to tell you that they needed gold from here to fix something in their atmosphere because their planet is about to die. So they came here to get gold. And that wasn't really the true story of what it was. If you think about the movie Avatar, where human beings needed this thing that was directly under Awa, and in order for them to get it, they had was to splice themselves into one of the natives to look like them. That's where Jake come from, and he ended up being inside the clique and infiltrated the whole thing. That's how they had to do it. They was like literally kidnapping one or two beings here who was like slipping, taking them off planet and go splicing themselves into their avatars and coming back here on planet to learn the ways of the Atlantean people. Once they learned the ways of the Atlantean people, now they knew how to break them. They knew what's our secrets. They knew what made us tick. They knew what gave us eternal life. They knew all that. And because we wasn't willing to give them that thing that they came here for, they decided to take it. And it wasn't by some deal. It was by force. There was a whole war here. That's why right now today the desert looks like that. That shit was lush with vegetation everywhere. I remember. All right. There's a crazy ass war here because they needed something from the Atlanteans that we wasn't willing to give them. And after that war, many of us got taken as war criminals and got forced to live under their terms, under their ways. Where do you think in the Bible you get things like, oh, bring me a lamb as a sacrifice? So yeah. Those were the Anunnakis that used to eat meat. Atlanteans were like war criminals, no less than slaves, living under a whole different regime where they had to learn to live different, eating meat, fighting against each other and doing all kinds of bullshit. The Anunnaki beings is where you get your religions from. Alright? This is who is telling you, I am the Lord your God, and you must have no other God but me. These were not natural Atlantean laws.
Hit the prison planet because their planet needed minerals. They came down here to Earth because they realized that our planet was similar to theirs. They get down here, they realize, oh my gosh, this is a lot harder than what the fuck we thought. Why don't we get a monkey or Sasquatch, because Sasquatch could have been a thing back then, I don't know. And how about we alter their DNA? Alter their DNA And as we evolve over time, we continue to work in slavery for them, giving them minerals, the gold that they need. They continue to do different types of experiments on the weather to try to figure out how they can control weather and weather patterns and all that good stuff. Get majority, if not all, the information that they need, right? So you remember where we have a point in time in history where we go from basically cavemen to boom, civilization, right? That's where the Anunnaki comes in. The Anunnaki gave the 7 families, and if you don't know the 7 families, look them up. The 7 families are the people who run this country, well, the world, to be quite honest with you. The 7 families. Those 7 families were blessed with all the financial means that they could ever want or need, because remember, the Anunnaki already took majority of our minerals, our gold, and all that good stuff. That's why gold is such a rarity and all that good stuff now. It's because they already took it. So they were willing to break off a piece of fortune to these 7 families and told them, keep the people in line. We'll be back. Because we're going to need more stuff. We're going to need more labor work. We're going to need all of that. Keep the people in line. We'll be back. And now the Anunnaki is showing up on people's TVs, trying to send a message of peace, as if they aren't the reason why we're in this in the first fucking place. So this bears the question. Are the Anunnaki here to help us? Or are the Anunnaki here to continue to use us? Because they've been using us as far as we know. And mind you, the 7 families are linked back to what? The government. And we all know the government are ran by aliens. So, I don't know. It feels really off that they're here now, you know? The Anunnaki created the prison planet because their planet needed minerals.
I was going through my For You on TikTok, and despite the fact that I try to ignore, but I keep on seeing stuff like this popping up on my For You. What do you want me to do? I just want us to actually get more educated. So this time around, I came across a stitch about Anunnakis returning to Earth. And Anunnakis are actually different from the aliens that is impending to come by November, so I heard. So I decided to make my own research as ChatGTP, and he was like, Anunnaki of a religious or Asian type of thing, but the aliens happens to do with UFOs and all of that. Now, this Anunnaki that is, coming back, the way at which people are talking about it, a lot believe that they happens to be the fallen angels that was talked or that was even said about in the Bible. I think I've read about this Anunnaki thing by a sister who actually read or tell stories about this book of Enoch. The fallen angels, according to what the sister said, I don't have any book of Enoch. I've been trying my possible best to see if I can order the book of Enoch. I think it's part of the book that was removed from Bible. It was actually said that the Bible, the way it is not complete. There are so many book that was removed from the Bible. We have the book of John and all of that. So there is a particular book of Enoch where most of these ancient things was talked about. So according to that book of Enoch, and according to the sister I saw her stage on my For You, and she's actually one of my mutuals, she was explaining that these Anunnakis or these fallen angels in quotes were actually sent to Earth to take care of the beings. That means before these Anunnakis were sent to Earth, there were already people existing in the planet Earth. And these people that was already existing happens to be maybe brown, black, or a view, but it's said in the history that the people who was the first people that existed in the planet Earth was someone of a darker copper skin colored. Okay, I'm not here to talk about if it's pan colored, but the thing is that a darker skin color. So these Anunnakis, who happens to be the angels were sent, or they fell from heaven. They were the fallen angels who were sent to go take care of the humanity, or to take care of the people at which God has created. So before these people arrived, they're already human living on earth. So when these people arrived, according to what I understand, when they arrived on earth, they were now carried away with the beauty of the women on earth. They one thing led to the other. They became, intimate with these women, and by doing so, that was how they produced what they call the giants. Like, oh my God! So when did I produce these giants? Like, I have heard stories of giant people. These people that have about 12 feet tall, so big, with it has that, I think it has stories to do with the Egyptians and what have you. I think I'm gonna look into that. So this Anunnaki decided to have relationship with these beautiful women they met or they saw on earth, people that they were supposed to be protecting. They had a relationship with them. They produced what they called the giants. These giant people now produce, I think they produce these Neanderthals people who decided to go. I think they produced something before producing Neanderthals, who decided that they were going to go live in some Caucasus mountain, according to what the sister has been explaining, and I take notes. So these Neanderthals decided to go live. They decided to go live in the Caucasus mountain, and I think that's how the Caucasians came to be. I didn't say that. I am just saying what I read, or what his sister has been explaining on some of the platform. You can just type "my guy girl" on TikTok. She will just pop up, because when she was explaining it, she was giving the explanation, and I decided to compare it to another kind of explanation I got from a pan-colored woman whose name is Jane Elliott. It's been a long time I heard from, like, I saw any of her videos. I don't know if it's okay, but the Jane Elliott explained that the first people who ever existed in the planet Earth was actually people that lost darker skinned or brown copper skinned or whatsoever. But then, unfortunately, when these people decided to keep traveling, they started traveling, like traveling down to Europe, to anywhere in the world, and their melanin in the body started shedding because of the cold weather. That means humanity actually started somewhere in Africa, which I don't know. Then after that, this, or I don't know if they are called Africa, because this African world was also a colonized person that's named this Africa. So what I understood is that the first people who ever existed in the planet Earth existed somewhere, and they started giving birth and traveling all over the world. That is why it's as if there are melanated people all over the world. There are melanated people all over the world. And the thing is that all these melanated people came from what they call the Eve genes. They came from the Eve genes. That's why it's as if melanated women can actually give birth to any type of race. They can give birth to dark, yellow, blue. If you go somewhere very far away in West Africa, you find out there are so many black people who are of light skin complexion, very light. They even often call them albino. So sometimes I was like, oh my God, you will find out that a black woman and a black man actually gave birth to a very light skinned children. So, and now with this coming of Anunnakis, and with every other thing coming, and Asian coming, oh my God. Anyways, we'll just keep on praying, waiting for the best. Just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovely when I upload a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovely when I upload the next one.